Okay, you can hear me. I really hope you can hear me. I have no idea. It's my first time going live, so I'm sure it will get better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just draw for a while here, and like I said, just kind of practice and see how it's looking, and see what I need to get better at, and go from there. So you guys hang out with me and watch me draw in this live. I'm gonna turn some music on. Because who likes to draw in complete silence? That's boring. So, all right. All right, got my pencil here. Okay, so if you haven't been on my page, you have absolutely no idea what I'm drawing, but it is a book that I'm working on that I got the rough sketches in, and I've been kind of bouncing back and forth between kind of like black and white and getting the values in there and then like full on color. So I've been just kind of literally going back and forth with this. So tonight, let's see, what do I want to work on? I feel like it's always hard for me to like stay on one thing. I gotta kind of bounce back and forth. I guess let's maybe finish her out today. All right, let's see what that's looking like. Do y'all like when people live stream? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out, you know? I'm trying to do different types of videos and streams and just see, you know, what people like, what people don't like. Let me know. Um, do y'all want people talking? You want people just quiet? Like, what's the deal? What are people into these days? Okay. Get the right brush. I have completely like skipped around this drawing so much. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Get in. I think I ended up change the color to more of a gray. Let's see. I think I went more white up here. Yeah, let's go white up at the top. I guess y'all gonna watch me draw some shoes today. I'm sure it's not the highlight of y'all day, but you know, drawing is the highlight of mine, so. I think that's enough places. I am looking at a reference. I'm trying to match that somewhat. Let's see. Okay. Get some of these blacks in there. Okay, it's getting this close. And then I think get some of the skin tone in there. Full transparency, this is my first time really drawing in this way. Like I've drawn in this style before, but not really in these particular steps. So I am really learning this thing as I go. So we kind of, learning together. Or hopefully I can make all the mistakes and then y'all can only have the good stuff. Bypass all of those things. Okay. Okay, the back blue wasn't too bad. This front shoot took me a second, but we got there. Okay, still gotta do the hands. Let's shoot for drawing Kobe. Let's see. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's try him. Yeah. Okay. It would be great if I could finish this entire pound today, or tonight, but highly doubt it. But that's okay. I mean, it's gonna take me forever, but that's okay. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, because I've drawn him once before, go out, maybe color pick a little bit of this, a little tan. Just colorize him a little bit. Okay, so this is my kind of base colors. So I'm gonna name it base colors or local colors. Either one works. So I'm gonna just throw a little bit of this tan in there, just to kind of get rid of the white. Even though he's technically partially a white dog. You need a little color in the undertones to then put your white highlights to even be able to see it. Let's have some color there, and I'm going to saturate a little bit more. I feel like this is how I would, which is intentional, this is how I would draw traditionally. Um, I've been doing my best to draw in a similar way that I would traditionally, because I like the look and feel of that. So I found that keeping it on one layer does that for me. I think it's because you're not erasing. So I kind of don't have a choice but to now just erase there. Don't judge me. For the most part, I erase some, but I don't really I don't really do multiple layers. I kind of try to stay on the same layer if possible. Okay. I think that gives you that quote unquote traditional look, or at least it does for me. Okay. So right now I'm just kind of throwing in some kind of base color, base shadowing. I look at it as me kind of allowing myself to know where I'm going. So we ain't out here just guessing. Alright. So they're always a little darker underneath the eyes. Let's do that. Okay. Get a little shadow where the fur is. Where the tongue. Yep. Okay, so technically this goes dark. And then the beard is white. I'm gonna go really dark underneath the fur, and then you'll be able to see a little bit more when I put a kind of some white lines around there. Okay. I think that's decent. Again, there's nothing really that's pure white in reality because everything reflects off of something else. Or at least I don't recall I've ever seen anything pure white. So I always like to put a little undertones and then bring the whites in there. Okay. So I'm not even, so again, I'm just laying in this color, but I'm gonna go to the render layer and actually render this stuff out. The thing I do the most though is I layer a lot. It's kind of my happy place with drawing. It's just building something up. Hey, it's that cat. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you I was going live. It took me a while to actually figure out how to do it. I'm just glad that, you can actually hear me because it was a struggle. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's try to get this dog nose. Oh, okay. I listen. I don't want to blow your spot up. I wanted to make sure people knew you go by Brittany too before I said it on here. Now watch. The only thing I'm gonna get done is this dog. There's so much left to draw. I'm like happy and sad at the same time. Okay, let's see. Listen, I gotta be sure. I can't be telling people your government name. Okay. Go a little darker there. Go a little pinkish. For the ear. I wish I could see like how Kobe's laying right now while I'm drawing him. He is like spread all the way out. But I'm just grateful he's not barking. Snapsters bark a ton. Someone says he's a protector, but is this the only scene I've colored? Probably mean frame, but no. But yes, so it's the only one I've colored, but I did start putting in some black and gray in that first frame. So you say scene, but yeah, you probably mean frame. That's okay. I know what you mean. Yeah, so this first frame, I got that black and white in there. This would be your second frame, technically your third frame, your fourth frame. Wait, can I count 3, 4? Yeah, and then your fifth frame. So there's really no method to the madness. I'm just, like I said, I've never really drawn this way before, so I'm just trying it out and seeing what part of the process I like, what part of the process I don't like, what was too hard, what was easy, and then, changing it up as I go. Okay. Okay, now okay, I'm gonna go back to the other drawing because I kind of did a study to kind of know where I wanted to go with it. Take that collar. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Just laying in some base colors. So I know I want his collar to be blue. And then have his little doggy tag be gold. There we go. Okay, I think I've got enough information there. Let's go a little darker up in here to start rendering. I'm also trying to find like quicker ways to I know the fur is cute, but literally I'm sure I'm gonna be like crying by the end of this. I'm telling you, I won't probably do another puppy book like for a while. Like this fur is taking a minute. But I mean, I just want it to be nice when it's done, which I'm sure it will be. Okay, let's go a little lighter underneath the collar, just a little bit. And the eyes. Oh man, let me go back to the other drawing. That's why it's a good idea to like your main character, like draw it out first and like get an idea of what you want it to look like. And then use that as kind of your go by. Now, did I do that for both Jasmine and Kobe? I did not. But do as I say, not as I do. get the little brown in there. Okay, let's go a little darker. All right. Okay, I think that's enough. No, he looks weird right there, but it's gonna look better. I promise. Okay. Now, okay, so that's the base color layer. I have a drawing layer here. I have a white layer there, which goodness gracious, I didn't know my folders were all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna put these in folders. So let's group that. This would be my sketch. Okay, or sketches, but that's fine. Got my values layer there, which is can't see it. Okay, so that's the values layer, which I have another video that I did do that on, where I created kind of this black and white, just value study to like know where I'm going, and then base color, and then my render layer. So it changes quite a bit as you kind of keep going. That's your boy. An hour plus. No, I haven't been streaming an hour plus. I'm just seeing the different layers. Yeah, the layers like honestly, this layer here, which is like let's rename that to my render layer. Like it changes a lot. Like you render a lot. That's why I say it takes so long. I probably will only get to like maybe rendering him. So what is the render layer? The render layer is where I essentially take those initial two layers. Okay, let's turn these off. Okay, so values will be my first layer, right? Getting darks, getting tones of gray, right? So some areas of black, some dark gray, and then fading into white. So that kind of shows you where you want to go. And then your base color is local color. So is it blue? Is it red? Is it green? Is it purple? Just kind of laying those colors in really fast, which is what I just did for Kobe. And then your render layer is where you really start getting in like painting, which let me see. No, this is gonna work, but let's see what happens. Okay, so okay, cool. So you can see it here. So if you look at this is where I made those gray tones. I quickly laid in some base color, local color. So that's all I'm doing there. And then I immediately went from that, and then I'll zoom in a little bit. And I started rendering. So laying all these colors on top and then just refining to get it to look, three-dimensional. So you can kind of see how that kind of came together. So those are the different layers, and at least how I use my layers. But everybody does it a little bit differently. Okay. Now where am I? Okay, so I'm on the render layer. So I'm gonna take a pencil and so details. This is when lighting and shading comes into play. Yes, but if you do it how I have it set up, you won't have to figure out your shading by the time you get to this render layer, because you would already have established what's your lights, what's your light source, what's your darks, what goes black. So because you've done that pre-work, this is just layering color until you get it to feel dimensional. That's why I like to do that, those initial layers, just because I think it helps my process. At least I don't have to do so much work, because if not, I would be essentially starting from here, laying those base colors, and then going in here and trying to figure out what's dark, what's light, what goes black, and like figuring that out at the same time, which I find to be difficult. But I know some people that do it like that. So Really great questions. Okay. All right. Back to Kobe. Let's see. Y'all want to start at the eyes? Yeah, let's start at the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna need to clean up some of this line work because it's messy. That's okay. Okay, we'll do the eyes first. Here's hoping it comes out right. You know, I feel like when you go live, it's probably when it doesn't come out right, but you know, we're gonna see. Okay. I think it's been interesting recording myself draw because I don't think I really realized how much time I spend drawing. I draw a lot. And how many hours it takes to like really draw something. Like, it's a lot of effort, a lot of energy. But when you love it, like you can do it like all day. I literally leave my design job in like excitement to come home and draw. Even though I get to draw at work, which is really cool too, you know. A lot of people don't get to do that, but um, you know, I like to draw the things I like to draw. And when you work in corporate, you don't really get to corporate. When you work in an agency, you don't really get to choose the work. Just, you're grateful because you're designing and you're making money designing, but it's not this, you know. And one day I want to be able to do this like with all of my time, which I think could be really cool. But I know, you know, it's a process, a lengthy process, but a good one. Okay, I think I'm gonna just cover some of this. Okay, so this is technically me attempting very poorly at the moment to render these eyes out. So I'm gonna literally be going just back and forth and back and forth on color and darks and lights. And I remember I used to do like like actual paintings, and they would look terrible for so long, and then there's just a moment where you're like, man, that looks really good. I feel like the same thing with stuff like this. It looks terrible for like the longest time, and then it looks amazing. And you're like, well, I don't know how we got here, but I like it here. Oh, you're so nice. Well, thank you. I am doing my best here. Like I said, I've never live streamed before. The setup was not the easiest. I had to figure some things out on the fly, but you know, yet and still, here we are. So this is where I was saying where you don't you have one layer. And so it can be a little more difficult because you don't have that option to say, okay, well, let me go back. You just gotta keep adding, keep adding until you get your desired render. But again, I prefer that because I don't know, it gives me one less thing to think about setting up layers and what those layers are doing and what they're not doing and all that good stuff. Okay. Okay, see, it's the little eyes coming together there. Okay. So now I'm literally gonna keep going back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Let's see, let's go a little darker. That's so cool you were able to join BJ. I didn't think anybody was gonna actually get a notification that I went live. I was like, I'm just gonna go live and there's gonna absolutely be nobody on it. So to give me a chance to practice. And then here you come popping on in. I love it. Okay. So that's the eyebrow. You know, they always look like they got a little attitude. So we're gonna try to get that to come across. Actually, I think I went too dark there. So we're gonna just, again, layer. At this point, I'll be on this layer um, until I'm done with the render. I don't really go back to the other layers anymore because I've already put so many different colors and on top of each other. You can't. I mean, you can go to other layers, but you won't be able to really see it anymore, which I'm fine with. Again, you gotta keep trying different approaches and seeing what works for you. Okay. Okay, let's do a little bit. Okay, so I'm trying to define these eyebrows. Just where they lay. Alright. So because he is white, in some areas, that's like the hardest thing to get to come across because you gotta, it's not pure white, which we talked about, right? But it is white, so you gotta get that to translate while also making it feel realistic. And it's not easy, guys. But if it was easy, everybody be doing it. Okay, let's see. I was reading before this when I was reading out most of the notifications. Look at there. Well, I know that the notifications work, so I will not hold my breath for nobody to dial in next time. I will make sure I'm prepared. Come on. See, one of these eyes look a little low. Okay. Okay, it's looking better. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take that color, give me a little bright spot there. I feel like everybody has seen these first few pages and it feels like a children's book, but then it's like really not. It's just the illustrated book. It's not necessarily a children's book. Let's see, but everything seems great. Audio, camera, and all. Well, thank you. Listen, it was a struggle because I'm again just using my Apple stuff. So getting it to connect was not fun, but we made it. I do think I'm gonna look at getting another mic though, because this Yeti is just it be doing what it want to do sometimes. I need a little more consistency, and I'm not getting with it. Okay, just make this a little darker. Okay, look at there. So I'm gonna go dark brown up here. Just blend with that black. We got eyes, guys. Okay, I'm actually go into this a little bit. Also, a good thing about painting like this is you don't like it, just paint over it. I always like to paint the way I learned, which was from Bob Ross, which is like, there are no mistakes. I believe he says just happy accidents. Okay. Okay, I think we solid on those eyes. All right, now let's kind of define his face. Let's get some blacks going, or dark grays rather. Go up a little bit in size. I feel like this is like the guessing part of it all. You're just like, maybe a line goes there. Maybe there. And you step back and like, nope, that wasn't right. And you paint over it and just keep painting over it until you get it right. And sometimes I do use a smudge tool if I feel like the line isn't doing what I want it to do. Let's see. Okay, I like the darkness I'm getting there. Hardest thing is going to be defining this white area. Wasn't sure how the black dot for the eyes was going to look. It's good now. I told you we're going to go through a like very ugly stage. I got used to that when I was a painter. And like now I anticipate it, I embrace it, and then I always go back, have a moment where you're like, oh, this is terrible. And then you're like, oh my God, it looks so good. But it is a slow progression, not for the weak or faint of heart. Let's see. Okay, let me just say it's gonna be the. Of course, I would pick in real life and for this the hardest dog I think to draw because they have so many particular things about them. I think makes it very, very difficult. But it's my actual dog, so I kind of couldn't just be like, well, you look too difficult. I'm not going to draw you. I'm trying to substitute you for another dog for the book. So, here we are. Putting you on the TV in the car. Okay. I'm going to probably be here for a little while at least. Let's see. Let's get some of these lines in there. So one of the other videos I'll talk about how to kind of break. Right now I have a very harsh cutoff right here, so it's kind of not gonna work for me. Okay, that's cool. All right, you kind of got this very harsh blocky edge, which is fine, but as you see me drawing the beard, I'm gonna soften it and then kind of add these lines on top of each other to make it like it's fur. But at no point am I gonna draw every single line. Not my idea of a good time, but as you begin to layer, you'll see it come together. So I would say if you're practicing, try to draw an animal. I think they're one of the hardest things to draw, just by default of all the things they normally have going. Um, so you either start hard and work your way back up, or start with an easier subject matter. But you gotta draw it over and over and over again. One day you look up and you actually be good at it. Oh, it looks so much on my TV. Just have a big screen to see more. Oh, nice. Yeah, I hope the quality of the video is nice. I'm actually looking at something else on my computer, so I can't actually look at the stream directly. Okay. Okay, let's again not drawing every piece of fur, but just indicating those layers. Yeah, see, when you add those little pieces of fur in, so we're looking at it like this, right? When you zoom out, they just kind of blend together and your eye starts to kind of fill in what's supposed to be there. It's kind of a really cool trick I learned it in being an agency and being an illustrator in agency. You start drawing so many things and you try to find your kind of sweet spots. Okay. Trying to see what it looks like on the camera. Okay, it looks pretty good. Okay, you can see those furs. That's nice. Of course, it's a little bit clear on my screen, but it's not far off on the stream. That's awesome. I'm actually using my iPhone for the stream, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna do the nose after I get some of these, some more kind of depth in the beard here. I'm trying not to be too precious with it. Yes, I'm using my iPhone, so I was attempting to do the continuity, I believe it's called, but it wasn't working out because Google or YouTube wasn't registering it. So I actually did a lot of YouTube to figure it out, and I hardwired my phone into my computer, and then it finally popped up, and I was able to use it as its own kind of input. So yeah, that is how I'm doing this. That's why I say it took me a minute because it was not cooperating. That's why I say I think my Yeti is. I feel like the Yeti can be kind of finicky. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Literally, if I were to move this Yeti, like it just cuts off, and I'm like, that's not cool. So, someone sent me a different mic that I might look into. They said it's really nice, and the noise cancellation of it is really good too. So, I might give that one a little look see. Yeah, but I had the same experience when I was recording directly on the iPad. I was had the Yeti plugged in, and like it was staticky for like the first 12 seconds, and then it was fine, or it just wasn't registering. Like it's been a lot. But I want to make sure it's not just you know them struggling to work together and actually get anything before I get another one. Okay, all right. Beard is coming together. And then, so let's make this. So I want this to go white or a little more white. So I'm gonna push those lines back. And then we're gonna draw in back in some of these grays, but I wanted to feel like this part was getting a little more highlight. Yeah, I like that better. This is literally how I draw. Like, oh man, I didn't put the tongue in there. This is how I draw at work, where I'm just like supposed to be focused on one thing, and I'll just like bounce back and forth from multiple things. It's a little hard for me to focus like that. I like to do one part and jump to the next part. I forgot to put the local color in for the tongue, so give it a little pink hue there. And then let's do this whole dark gray. Okay, actually make it a little pinker at certain spots. So even without rendering it yet, you can already see like the depth you have, and that's because I put those grays in first. Okay. All right. Let's go back to our render layer. Find our pencil. Okay. See where to next. Let's like work our way from like this little area, like getting that top part of the beard. Their beards are so adorable. Even in real life, they're like the cutest thing ever. They like little distinguished gentlemen. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Render some of this out and then render it back in. And I do think I'm being not taking my own advice, being a little precious with it, but okay. Let's try this larger one. Yeah, it's a little bit better. So I wanted to feel like that piece of fur is laying on top of the other fur, but the hard part is it's all white or like tones of gray. So what I'm gonna have to do is do what I just did there, lay in some undertones of gray, and then your white will stand out more. So now if I put this line in there, now it's got something to stand on top of. So now you can clearly see from where the bottom of the eye is to where that piece of white is. It feels more like it's layers there now. Honestly, I think I'm light on the fur here. I just say don't over render. Here I go. Draw every piece of fur. Okay. Hopefully I'm not making y'all seasick going back and forth like that. It's just how I like to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna dial some of these back, but instead of erasing it, I'm gonna just put a little white on top. Say don't be precious. Like it's okay if it don't look good, take it out. If it do look good, leave it in, but make adjustments. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Let's get this fur in there. Okay. And see, because I've already laid that gray in, I don't have to do that work of trying to get those layers. It's already there. So when I put the white on top, you can see what's happening, right? If you put white on top of white or light gray on top of white, nothing happens. But because you've already laid your values, you don't got to go back and redo that. Okay. Okay. We got a little beard situation happening. Kind of excited to render the tongue for whatever reason. I feel like it's going to be really cool. Try to get some nice textures in there. Okay, so that's feeling very uniform, which I don't want. So we're going to again blend some of that out. Well, I'm using white as a blender, but values make white valuable. Is that what I said? I guess it's kind of a nice little quote there. I need to write that down. Values make white valuable. It's just color theory. Like, you gotta have something to put white on top of. You can have a lack of color and then put another lack of color. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like that. I need to put that somewhere. I may have to steal that one from me. Okay. Put some grays in over here. Okay, getting closer to the nose. Honestly, I think the body will be a little easier because it's less detail. It's just getting this face right. Sorry, I'm thinking. There we go. I'm gonna actually jump to the tongue because it's kind of impeding on some of this beard. So let's go ahead and render that in. Okay. Okay. Go dark first. Blend this together a little. Virgin Covers remind me of Oliver and Company that you haven't seen yet. He's so cute. I have seen Oliver and Company. Why are you coming here with the shade? I've seen Oliver and Company. Very long time ago, but I've seen it. I think I want to go a little more, a little redder, less peachy. I want to feel pink. Uh-oh, that's too bright. I have seen Oliver and Company. Now, if you asked me to give me a quiz, I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I do remember seeing it at some point. So now I get to add a movie to our list. Yes, we can add it to the list. I'm always down for a good movie. Hopefully y'all can't hear that dog barking in the back. For the first time, it isn't my dog. Okay, let's go a little peachier here. So in some of these areas, I'm going a little peachier, and then some I'm going a little redder, like a little strawberry red. And that's another good thing about layering. You can layer colors. So like I'm gonna try to go like real red here, and I'm gonna just. So something else you can do, which I like to do, is you can lay a wash. What would be a good brush for that? Let's see if I can do that brush. So instead of like rendering like I'm doing right now, I can say, hey, I wanted to have like a little kind of a red tone, and I can just turn the opacity down. And so you can see how like it's red, but you can see that black line underneath it. You just kind of add that on top there. Go a little redder. So like in certain spots, I can make it a little more red. And so if I was wanting to make it, I wouldn't do this, but that's not a good color. A little yellow, I could do the same thing and wash color in. So you see how you can see it, but it's not like overpowering. It just looks like you have a tone of yellow. So I tend to do that a lot when I don't want to like make the whole thing one color. Okay, let's get that in there. Go back to our other brush. There we go. Can you put your favorite brushes in isolated photos, or do you have to shuffle through all the brushes? I have a ton of brushes. They're all different folders that has a bunch of different brushes that I've collected through the years, either bought or made. So like this one is favorite traditional brushes. So you folder them. I've gotten to where I made this 2025 folder where I have like sketching, and that's all my sketching brushes, inking, pencil, markers, painting, blending, textures. So those are the main brushes I use. So that's kind of how I utilize my folders, but I've seen people do it different ways. Honestly, I'm probably in rotation of the same maybe 5 brushes, but I like having the other ones there because sometimes I need them for like little stuff here and there. That's why I keep them there. Okay, let's get some highlight on this tongue here. Again, we're not gonna go super white yet, super bright pink rather yet. Just want to make it feel like it's got some depth to it. Which, in all honesty, like I'm not gonna go super detailed because it's gonna be a pretty good size. It's like 8.5 by 11, 2 spreads, so 11 by 17, but nobody's gonna be able to zoom in the way I'm looking at it right now. So also something to keep in mind when you're doing books and stuff, like be mindful of where it's going, because don't waste all your time rendering something that only you know is there. So I'm actually not gonna spend a lot of time on this tongue, but I do want it to feel real, and so I think it's not bad actually where it's at, but I'm gonna add a little detail. Let's see. And I did this in one of the other videos, kind of doing some stipulation. Oh, I'm at 100%. Let's see. Okay, that brush isn't giving me what I wanted to give me. Let's try this one. See, I need to switch brushes. That's why you gotta keep them. You never know. Okay, so I got a little highlight there. highlight there, and then a little highlight on this center. I remember I used to love just rendering stuff. Like somebody else could draw the outline. I just want to like sit and just make it look real. So still one of my favorite things to do. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just throw a little more of this right there. And that is good to go. Oliver Twist. Of course, I've seen Oliver Twist. Okay, so now let's simplify this and just make it dark. So now if you put dark underneath it, it really pushes this little lighter line you got. And so now it makes it look rounded. Look at us. It's getting there. Way better than it looked before, I'll tell you that. Okay. Let's push the darks here. Okay, let's make sure this feels like, I don't know what you actually call that thing. It looks like that little black gum that they have. We're gonna throw that in there, make sure that's prominent. I think all dogs have that, but you can really see them on the schnauzers. So in order to get some separation, I'm gonna add a little highlight. I call it gums. Yeah, I think that's what it is, but you know, I'm sure it's a medical term for it that's more sophisticated than gums, but I feel like some dogs you can really tell. Okay, so I'm gonna push that line back a little bit. And then I'm gonna actually go a little darker back there. It was black. Okay. I think I'm liking it. It's getting some depth to it. I feel like I never like it until it's like a couple days has gone by and I've looked at it a handful of times. I'm like, okay, I can live with that. Or I hate it and I need to do it over. Just never really know what it's gonna end up being. A little highlight here. Let's get up. Actually, I'm gonna get a smaller brush. Okay. Now I feel like these lines need a little work, which is not even on that layer. I think it's on this layer. Yeah, it is. Blend that out just a bit. Perfect. Okay. Google tell you what that was. Is it just gums? Are we overthinking it? Called their gums and it's common for dogs that have more melanin in the area, making it dark if not black. Okay, so he was right. I'm gonna pretend like I knew that beforehand, even though I didn't. Okay. What we doing next? Let's work on the nose. Now watch. I'm gonna be straight. How long have I been straight? Yeah, let's see. An hour already? Don't even feel like it. Yeah, you're pretty smart. Even though I was technically the one that said it, but neither here nor there. I'll let you have that. Okay, let's do the nose. Girl, you gonna be streaming all night. Nah, I'm gonna try to finish him out tonight, and then I like this format of streaming. I don't know if people will prefer this or the other videos I've been doing, but I'll probably stream again here soon. I'm gonna actually get those blacks back in there. Yeah, it takes a while. I guess I didn't realize like how long doing the book is. I forgot. It's been a minute. That's cool though. I think I'm starting to figure out some things that make it a little easier for me and a little more streamlined. So if I can get through the nose and the body of Kobe, I will feel accomplished for my first live stream. Okay. All right, now I'm just kind of getting this kind of redrawn it a little bit, getting the framing in there. Okay. Let's see. I see why people like live stream for hours at a time, because man, it's so much. You spend so much time working and you don't realize how many hours have gone by. I used to always be like, there's no way I'll be streaming for like 2 hours. And now I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can see that being the case. But I think it's cool because I would normally be doing it by myself. So why not stream it so whoever wants to watch it can watch it? Okay, let's get that in there. Come on, got a little nose going. Needs to go dark though. And now I can get, yes. Normally I'm drawing in silence. Well, not in silence, but in solitude. It's so much nicer to be able to do stuff with people. And that's what I'm getting. The vibes I'm getting from YouTube is like, oh, you can do stuff with people. Some that you can see in real life and some people that you won't ever meet, but it's really nice. Okay, come on, those. All right, let's see. It's got a little darker there. Okay, so I'm not gonna go super detailed with the nose because again, it's gonna be so far out. You're gonna hardly be able to see it, honestly. But you still want it to look like it's, a black nose. But again, not many things are pure black either in the reality of things. Like black is just a mixture of certain colors that end up making it look black. But most blacks, even if you were to like take an image and color pick it, it's not pure black. It's not 0000000 0.0000000 on the CMYK scale. It's a mix of blues and reds and other colors. Okay. Let me zoom out because I got stuck on the one nose and be on the nose for another hour. Okay, I'm gonna just throw a little highlight and then we're gonna call the nose good. Okay, yeah, let's throw a couple highlights. And yup, it's so cute. Thank y'all. So I'm gonna add a little bit of white because right now it feels flat. It's got a little depth, but it feels flat. So when we get this highlight in there, it should start shaping up. Yeah, let's throw a little white there. Throw a little gray there. And then I'm gonna go real bright here. Go a little lighter here. I think that's the thing I like the most about the one layer. Can be difficult, can be daunting, but having to like go back and forth and go from layer to layer, you just stay on the same layer. You just keep painting until it gets there. I think I like it. Okay, let's try to finish out this face. Okay. It looks so much better than it did when we first started. So I also like to step back and look at it in totality and see, how it feels. I'm liking the render a lot though. I did realize after I started working on this one that I didn't have to go that detailed because I'm gonna end up coloring and paint on top of that. But if you're doing a black and white drawing, that's cool. But I'm gonna whip through the rest of these with that initial values layer because it's just not necessary because I'm gonna put so much color on top of it. It does help to have it, and I would recommend doing it, but I wouldn't recommend going that detailed. Okay, let's do the ear real quick. I keep avoiding the beard because it stresses me out. Okay, let's go back top pencil. Your eyebrows are so hard. I think this page, maybe one or two other frames, but that's the closest up that I have of them, which I am okay with because this little beard ain't no joke. Okay. And I'm sure, I've never drawn a dog before, but I'm sure to get a little easier as I continue to draw them. I'll get some shortcuts and say, okay, if I do this, I get this result. If I do that, I get that result. I think I want that to. I feel like their eyebrows are a little square. I think I want to go like up to here. Let's see what that looks like. I'd say drawing is no joke. It's a lot of work, a lot of time. You gotta kind of love it. At least really enjoy it, because I can see how people would draw and don't just absolutely love it. It just takes so much time. I feel like I need a little more of a line here. Okay, I'm kind of liking that bridge of the nose. Let's put little lines in there. Kind of building that bridge of the nose a little bit. Okay. I wish I used to like tally how many hours I draw, because not until I start recording videos, I'll really understand, like, man, like, I draw a lot of hours, a lot of time, a lot of effort. For some to appreciate and some to not, some to see the beauty, some to kind of move right past it, but that's okay. Again, when you love it, you do it, no matter what, no matter who's watching. I feel like I want the eyebrow to be a little bigger. Let's see what happens if I do that. Okay. Let's see. Now I might go back, but I feel like they got such big eyebrows. I want it to feel. Don't feel big. And I don't think I'm going to I don't think I'm going to clean up all these like loose lines. I kind of like it feel a little sketchy, so I think I'm gonna leave some of those in there and then remove some of the other ones. Yeah, that feels a little more. Let's put a couple little indications of lines there. I'm really liking this center portion here. It's feeling really, really good. Let's see. Hopefully y'all can, or you can see the details. Oh yeah, you can see it pretty good. Nice. Now I will say mine has a little more contrast. Like the actual one has a little more contrast, but you can, it's reading real nice on the screen. That's awesome. I think it loses a little bit of depth because it is you are seeing the feed of like recording my screen, which your screen has all these reflections, and it makes it a little harder to get a like one-on-one accurate look. But I think it's close. Yeah, I made my way back to the nose. Stop it. Okay. That looks good. Oops. That looks good. Let's do the ear. So we got these two ears, the body cavity, which is small, and then like these little, all right, let me go into these little whiskers on the side. I'm gonna knock those out. Feels good though. And so this is the puppy version of him, and schnauzers look like, to me, like completely different dogs from being a puppy to being an adult dog, which is hilarious. Um, I feel like their beards needs to go white. I feel like their beards are really square when they're younger, and then it kind of starts to frame their face the older they get. I think that's cool. That's fine for now. I'll clean up some of these little lines here when I work on the background. Okay, let's do the ears. Actually, which I should have in the first place. I kind of forgot. The live streaming threw me off. Okay, but normally I would go in and just kind of just redefine these lines a little bit because the sketch was really, really rough. Again, I'm still figuring out what my process is and what works the best for me. So bear with me as I figure it out. Yeah, I think that helps. Just helps me have a clearer line. I'm a fan of working smarter, not harder. Okay. This here kind of overlaps. Oh, that's just that kind of eyeball for doing. Sound like you over there struggling, BJ. Yeah, I'm gonna be so sick of looking at dogs by the end of this. It's not gonna be funny. I'm not gonna even want my own dog to look at me. Now, who told me to make a book about a dog? Yeah, I like the nose and the tongue a lot. It's my favorite part so far. There's so many pages to go. Come on now. My goal is to get through like 3 books this year. Really lofty goal, but I feel like if I can get a process, like a legit process, I can do it. It's when you're trying to reinvent the wheel every time, throws you off. Yep, one frame at a time, one page at a time. This is the first page, and I think too it's a mixed bag of also like recording myself and kind of getting into that a little bit more as well. Took a little patience and a bit of a learning curve, but I'm starting to get a little process of doing that here too. Let's go like almost completely white. And then I'm actually feel like I need a little more of that color in there. So I'm kind of, I believe it's called glazing, which is what I used to do when I was painting. Similar to what we did earlier, just getting a little tone on it without like fully painting that particular color, but you just want to get a tone. So yeah, we kind of glazed that color in there, and I'm actually put a little bit on the beer. This side too, just a little warm. Okay. Uh-oh, that's not what I was trying to do. His head looks so good. Thank you. It's getting there. It looks a lot better than it did when we first got started, so I'll take it. Oh, and see another thing, I be getting all distracted. I was doing one thing and ended up somewhere else. That's okay. I am determined to finish him before I stop streaming. Okay, let's finish getting these lines in there. And I think I didn't draw in the little gold part, which should be about there. We can add that in. Alright, so still just kind of defining these lines a little bit. Let's take that, make it gold. Okay. I missed this part when I did the head just because um still learning what my own process is, but I do think this redefining those lines because I did it so sketchy to start with. I do think it helps the process too. Anything that can help your workflow, I'm here for. I like anything that'll make it a little easier, a little faster. Cause the thing in and of itself is gonna be hard regardless. So, why not make the things you can make easier, easier? Do you know if people come in trying to add you or sell your service, telling you click on you tell them you've been all the time on their bots? Good to know. All the little live streaming rules I gotta learn. Still deciding if I like live streaming or if I like video recording or maybe I'll do both. I don't know. But yeah, that's really good to know. Bots got too much time on their hands, if you ask me. Okay. Looking like we got a sponsor here. Yeah, that helps a lot. Can't believe I forgot to do that earlier. Would have probably helped me define that head a little faster, but all good. There we go. So that feels almost put together, and I didn't do nothing but just define the outline. That's nice. Okay. Alrighty, now let's keep on trucking. I'm gonna have to remember how I did it, how I drew her because I was literally just practicing and just trying different things, and I love the way it came out. So I'm gonna have to remember how I got there. And it's a plus I recorded videos because now I can go back and watch and learn myself. Okay, so I'm gonna get a nice little color in here. Hopefully the sound is still good. It's kind of hard to tell because I can't hear myself back, but Okay. see. Let's get this little chain in there. Sometimes I like to go over the same line. The darkest color of whatever the base color is. So this is gold. So technically your darkest color would not be a black, but it would actually kind of be a really dark brown. Mix of those yellows and those warm tones. All right. Colors coming together. Let's get those some highlight. Let's throw some shadows first. Where do we determine the light was coming from? It's outdoors, so it's a little hard, but we're gonna say it's coming from the left. So let's throw our shadows here. Let's throw some highlights in there. Again, I'm not gonna go too detailed because you don't need to. A lot of times people will fill in the gaps anyways, but I'm still, rendering it pretty tight, but even if I didn't, people will fill the gaps in their minds unknowingly. Drop some of that out of there. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's finish out the collar. Okay, I'll be done a little bit. I guess I'm gonna just finish out this body, but really the nose, mouth, face, eyes, like that was the hardest part. So I'll be wrapping up here soon. Hopefully my voice is soothing enough for you to still go to sleep. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you. Nice. I got a soothing voice. Okay, so you saying I could be on the radio is what you're saying. That needs to be my next career. I got it. Do late night radio. Okay. You can't really talk about anything, seemingly. I can talk about anything related to art, not just anything. I try to talk art all day, and most people look at me like I'm crazy. That's okay, though. I'm gonna find me a little community here. I don't know what took me so long. Let's go a little bit lighter. All right, listen, I'm getting my podcast back up and going. So that'll be up soon. Trying new things is hard, but it's doable, Very much so doable. It's taking a little time, but I'm getting there. Okay, collar's looking nice. Overdo it. Me? Why would you say that? I would never. Which honestly, I think I'm gonna do the same similar process I'm doing with the videos. I'm record videos and then just upload those videos as audio to my podcast. So nothing drastically different, honestly. You're supposed to be asleep, not rolling your eyes. Work smarter, not hard. Listen, it's only one of me, at least for now, until I can hire somebody. It's just one of me, so gotta be able to, skills in a way that I can manage it too. That's why I'm trying to build a bunch of templates and processes and trust. As an artist, I am not a process type, but it helps. I can see that for sure. It helps. All right, I think that collar looks good on that kind of really hot spot at the top there. Okay. Again, like nobody's gonna probably ever see it, but I think even though it's details, like when somebody's really looking at it, they don't realize they're seeing the details, but they are, and it matters. I think. I hope. I hope it matters. Yeah, we did that a lot. Look at that. No rendering. Like a whole different drawing. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever processed me drawing like this and like um actually having that process to see it from start to finish. I just kind of do a thing and then it's done, But now I can actually kind of go back and forth and really see where it came from. Take a sip of water. All right, we're almost at the finish line for that one little piece of this big frame. Um, I do think the other ones should come a little faster. Now this one will be a toughie, but the ones on that left side, they're smaller, so they won't have to be as detailed. Here's hoping. Okay, let's see. All right. The home stretch. I've become one of those people who's live streaming for 2 hours. I'm so sorry. I don't think it's because I'm long winded. It's just drawing takes time. Go a little bit lighter. And what I should have did is, again, we figured it out, but I should have did that line on the line layer. But I did not. And in this world of drawing and drawing on one layer, there's no backsies. So we would keep that in mind for the rest of the drawing. Sometimes one layer is good and sometimes one layer isn't good. It doesn't give you the flexibility you need. And sometimes it forces you to make decisions. So it can be a good thing, but can be a hard thing too. Make it unnecessarily harder for yourself. I think I'm gonna keep the body pretty simple. Just Get some indication of fur. Oh, it's on the wrong layer. There we go. Trying to blend out some of these harsh lines. Okay. I think that works. So I don't want to over render it. Just want to really indicate the fur, because they're usually darker under the eyes, ears, back. The legs usually fade to white, and then the beard is like pure white almost. So it's a balance. I don't want to look completely like a white dog. I want to look, what's the term? Brindle, maybe? I think that's the term. Where it's kind of part of the body is white, part of the body is blackish, dark gray. And then part of the body is a mix. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave that pretty simple for now. Okay, let's get a little darks in here. So if I can get these darks in here and then get a few nice little lights, we will be good to go. At least for this part of the thing. I'm sure the actual Kobe is ready for me to stop talking so he can sleep in peace. Okay. Okay. Let's go a little lighter on the chest. I could literally do this all day, every day. Just sitting, drawing, making something out of nothing. Favorite pastime. I think I'm gonna leave this back, kinda. Just a few indicators. That looks good. Okay, let's get some darks underneath the beard. And so adding this dark underneath the beard, I actually make the whites look a little whiter too. Push it up into it. Again, not a lot of detail here because it's so dark, but indicating it for you. And let your eye do the rest of the work. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. All right, let's put some of these grays in the ear. I think the thing for me to work on next time is to not get so precious with the rendering, which happens, you know. You get into like a little trance, and before you know it, you've been working on the same spot for hours, which it wasn't that bad, but I do feel like it's more detailed than it needs to be, and I'm trying to save time where I can. So, an area of improvement. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, so now let's add in a little bit of lighter gray. Draw some of it out. See, I didn't do nearly as much rendering as I did before, and that's just because I was caught in the thing. Blur that a little bit more. Yeah, I like it. All right, a few more things, and then we are done. See now, so I'm running into this. It's so not white, but it's close to it. So now I'm trying to get the fur on top of it, and that's hard to do. So I'm gonna just draw out. See if that works. Let's see if we can just draw out some of these little areas to kind of indicate fur. Okay, I think that's good. Again, I don't want to get too precious with it. I mean, I have to say, for my first time drawing really any animal, I've never been really into drawing animals. It's not bad. Could be better. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. See, now I'm just throwing some lines just to again get that illusion that it's fur. Even if I'm not drawing in every line of it, just kind of breaking that black makes it feel like it's further. Yeah, it feels like you got some fur in those places just even by just breaking that black line. So I'm gonna put a little highlight on this back side. And then let's put a little highlight on the tummy. Very little though. Don't overdo it. So the pitfalls, I would say, as you're working on yours, if you're working while I'm working or trying to learn how to draw dogs or pets or whatever, is don't overwork it. But then you start getting stringy because you see every line. And don't do your lines too small. Again, you start getting a very stringy look, which I'm trying to not get But I'm trying to find what size I need to go to. There we go. That's better. So always be adjusting your pressure sensitivity and like max size, minimum size, all the things that affect how it feels when you're actually drawing. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. And then add a little highlight to the back here. And a little bit on the front. Breaking those lines, right? A little rim light. Okay. I'm digging it. Let's add a little bit of light at the top there, and I think we can maybe be done. Only took us how many hours to get here? That's okay. Again, when you love it, you can do it every day of the week. Being paid to do it, not being paid to do it, having people see it, not having people see it, don't even matter. You love the process. And I love the process. I always have. It's always been my place of peace, and one thing I can always count on. To not ask for anything, to not require anything of me other than to just do it consistently and do it with passion. That's it. That's all it requires of any of us. Just do the thing. Okay, I'm gonna make the ears a little closer to what the tongue is. Okay, putting the wash or glaze in, so you got that little pinker. Then I'm gonna just render it out, and then we are done. So, all right. Go a little darker. Let's blend this in. Okay. Just trying to get a little bit of that highlight, like pink areas. Okay, down the back. Okay. Are we done? I think we're done. At least for this part of it. Yeah, I think I like it a lot. We zoom in on them. Hopefully that gives y'all a good view of how far we got today. I'm liking it. Awesome. Well, thank y'all. Whoever gets to see this after I post it. I appreciate you for watching, and I am excited to keep moving. Thank you again for watching. See y'all later.